Hello fellow ham radio operators and YouTubers. Welcome. My name is Rolly, ZL1BQD. In this episode we're off to another rare and exotic island in the Pacific. This time Rotuma Island, where I operated as 3D2RJ, along with my fellow ham radio operator Andrew, 3D2AH, also known under the call sign of OZ1XJ. Well, you know the drill by now, if you've seen my other videos. So, pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, let's go. It is always exciting to get that first glimpse of a new island. You're never sure what to expect, but you know it's going to be another great adventure. And so we arrive in our de Havilland Twin Otter on a rather bumpy but sealed runway. In 1989, there were no hotels or tourist accommodation available, so we had made a prior arrangement to stay with a local family in their home. And we were very grateful to Taito and his family in the village of Itumuta for their hospitality and friendship. I only had time for a very quick look around and a late afternoon swim before the sun went down on our first day on Rotuma Island.
Silly me.
The water is warm and inviting, so it didn't take very much persuasion at all to strip off and get into the water and enjoy the lovely warm water as the sun goes down on our first day in Rotuma Island. The next morning we were keen to get underway, but first we wanted to have a look around this lovely location that we were on at Rotuma. And so directly across from the home that we were staying was the beach. And with my feet in the sand, we just take a scan right around the lagoon at this village of Itamutu, looking across the lagoon out to the ocean, then back to this lovely white sandy beach. And now it was time to get down to business, and first off was to raise the antennas into the coconut trees. We used fan dipoles for all the bands that we worked on, and they worked extremely well for us. One of the men of the village was kind enough to climb the trees for us and to secure the end of the dipoles as high as possible for us. Andrew and I kept our feet firmly on the ground, and we directed where we want the wires. And so we raised the antennas into position as high as we possibly could. I was brave enough to climb up to the top of one of the trees and secure the 160-metre dipole for us. And that did a good job for us as well. Before we start operating, Let's have a look around the village and have a look at some village life. See what the families get up to on a daily basis, shall we? In this first clip, there's a young fellow husking out the inside of a coconut just to simply feed the chickens for the day. In the meanwhile, in another part of the village, the evening meal has been prepared over an open fire. And the husks of the coconuts are used to make the fire. It makes a very hot fire. And so the meal is soon prepared. Have you ever wondered how the coconut from the tree looks totally different to the coconut that you buy in the shop? And so the nut is inside this husk. How do you get the nut out? Well, let this young fellow from the village show you exactly how to do it. So next time you're faced with a problem, maybe you can do the same.
Very good.
Well, it is definitely not all work. Let's join the kids as they have a game of rugby. Rotuman style, Rotuman rules, but rugby nonetheless. The children love to play, and here they are at their best. Meanwhile, back in the village, let's see what's going on. Here's a young girl here opening up a coconut to get the coconut milk inside. It's a lovely, clear water, which is very, very refreshing and remarkably cool. Don't mess with this young lady though when she's got a machete in her hand. Let's have a listen to some of the ham radio operating, shall we? On this occasion the bands weren't really open, but I was able to have a good talk to my friends in Japan and arrange some further sketch for the rest of the day, particularly on 80 and 40 metres later on in the evening.
Okay, Maury, well, I was hearing JA stations this morning, okay. JA1 Sugar Quebec Tango is fine business on CW, but I hear no JA stations on SSB today. I did not hear any JA stations on SSB. So we'll try again today. 1100 Zulu. Kiyosao Mori, JA1 Oscar Yankee Yankee, 3 Delta 2 Radio Japan. So we'll hear from you again. JA4 JBZ, 3 Delta 2 Radio Japan, go ahead. Okay, 73, 3 Delta 2, Radio Japan, QRZ.
JA4 Delta United Lima.
JA4 Delta United Lima, 5 and 9.
QSL 5 and 9. Thank you very much. Live transmission at Charlie Whiskey. Radio Japan, JA4 DUL.
Okay, 73.
Well, that is the end of part 1 of my adventure to the Rotuman Islands, way back in 1989. Be sure to look for part 2, where we have a look at more everyday life on Rotuma and listen in on some of the DX pile-ups. In the meantime, please subscribe and press the little notification button so I can let you know when part 2 is ready to roll. Hit the like button and share the adventure with your other ham radio friends and YouTubers. So, till next time then. Bye for now.